record button real quick. There we go. I appreciate everybody being on right now. It's your boy Trav here with Trade the Trends. And right now, guys, we only have about 5 more months left, right? We got 5 months left in 2019. And the objective is to win 2019 now. So if you see this right now, after this video, I want you to go to www.win2019now.com to see how you can start making money from your cell phone, just like how I do on a daily basis, okay? So without further ado, I'm going to minimize this and I'm going to get this ish started, okay? So basically, the first thing that I wanted to talk about is actually what I like to call our wedge alerts, okay? And our wedge alerts, basically what that is you're actually going to get a notification sent to your phone based on my team. And how that works is pretty simple, okay? I want to minimize that. Go away. Thank you. All right, so basically what happens is you're going to get a notification to your phone, and it's going to say, hey, there is either an ascending or descending wedge pattern that's happening, okay? And it basically just lets you know, hey, what the market is doing. So for example, GBP USD, at 7 o'clock, I got a notification said there was a descending wedge. Descending, when I think descending, right, you think going downward, right? So basically what I do at that point, I then kind of look at my charts, and then I want to set up my trend line real quick. And this is real simple, guys. We could do this in less than about 10 minutes, right? So I'm looking for that downtrend, okay? So let's see if we can find that downtrend. And when doing your trend lines, basically what you want to do, you want to hit as many points of action as you can without actually going through the bodies of the candles, okay? So let's see it here. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Bear with me. It's probably going to be moving maybe a little bit slow just because, you know, I'm streaming here on the Wi-Fi and I got some charts up. And of course, these charts are moving, okay? So boom, I see my downtrend. I see it hit multiple points of price. Okay, so let's look at it. Let me see. Boom, we got, oh, we hit it once right there. We hit it twice right there. 3 times, 4 times, 5 times we hit price, right? And that's just the first trend line of what we do. But now we need to set that second trend line, okay? And I'm going to show you how that looks real quick, because this is a descending wedge. Again, this is a downtrend, okay? So let's actually get this started. So this possibly could have, this is more than likely started right here. Boom. And then we're going to break through these points of action. Oh, man. So basically, do y'all see what that's forming? Do y'all see the wedge that I'm talking about? How that looks like a wedge right here? Like, let me connect this for you guys. How that looks like a good old wedge, okay? So, boom. We see it, okay? So, basically, we got the alert that we saw the wedge. And basically, what we were waiting for is this candle here, right? This 15, I'm on a 15-minute chart. Okay, so once we see it break the wedge, and when you're looking at the descending chart, you're usually going to see it break structure on the upside. When you think down, you're expecting for the break to be up. When it's in ascending wedge, you're waiting for the break. You're waiting for the break to be what? Down. It'll be the opposite, right? If you actually are looking at a descending wedge and it breaks to the downside, that's usually ones I stay away from. Okay, because we want to see. The wedge usually predicts when it's changing direction. So we expect it to go to the opposite. And basically, let's look and see what happened. Okay. Based on that trend, we did what? We actually saw, and again, sorry guys, because this has been a little slow. We see this candle here break, right? Okay. We see that candle break. Okay. But what we're going to wait for is that candle to close. We have to be certain that that candle is going to actually close outside of our wedge, because when it closes outside of our wedge and my new candle starts, then guess what? I know for sure that it's going to go in the direction that I'm looking for it to go. So what that would mean at that point is, okay, my candle has formed, it's closed. Now the new 15-minute candle is starting. Even though it backed down, I know it is now breaking that structure and going in this new direction. So let's look at it real quick. I'm going to put my horizontal line up basically right here, because that is where it broke, right? That is where, you know, it basically, like I said, it broke structure again. The candle closed there. The new candle started. This is where my entry point is. So people say, hey, you know, how do you know that? I mean, well, again, I've been in Forex for almost 2.5 years now, so I understand candlesticks. And you may not understand the terminology, but no worries. You know, definitely reach out. I can actually show you some videos to help you on the terminology or even get you into trading. But right now, I'm just focused on this. And next, what I would usually do is set my stop loss. And my stop loss is basically my safety net. You never want to go into any trade really without a safety net, okay? So as this the candle that broke structure, usually what I like to do is put my stop loss at the bottom of that candle that broke the structure, okay? So that would be here. And I'm going to change the color of that to red because that's my safety net. I don't want it to actually go that way. So I'm going to change that to red, okay? And basically what I would do to take profit, being a modest or conservative trader, guess what? I only want about 10 or 15 pips, right? 1, 2, 3, let me see, 21573. So I will want this to go to 21673. About right there, right? So all I want 10 pips. 10 pips can change your life, guys. And I'm gonna show you some examples of how it can actually change your life. Okay, so 10 pips. And guys, looking at this strategy, look how it performed, right? Yes, our entry point, we did see it retrace, right? It happens in the markets, but guess what? Boom, we see it hit our take profit. Amazing. Amazing. And this is just one, and I'm just giving you an example, right, guys? I can go through all of them, but again, it's probably about just from yesterday and today, I'm probably looking at least 20 trade opportunities that was sent to my phone. But let's look at basically what this means. And a lot of people say, why you only want 10 pips? And what is a pip, right? Again, that's another video for another time. You want to go through the basics with me. I have videos that break down pips, lot sizes, leverages, all that good stuff. So you definitely want to get involved, okay? But what I want to show you real quick is how these pips work, okay? Let me get my text right. Like I said, again, guys, bear with me because I'm streaming this on a few different platforms on the Wi-Fi. So let me see if it's going to let me type. It's going to act slow, as you guys can see. That's exactly what it's doing, being slow. But we're going to get this together. That's my text right there. Let me see. Oh, it's done it again. Bear with me, guys. Sorry about that. So when you're on this Wi-Fi, I need to be on the Ethernet cord. I have to step my game up. I know better. They say if you know better, you do better, right? All right, so text. So basically, now let's look at lot size. That's basically what I want to talk about. Because some people say 10 pips, right? So you got lot size. You got 0.01, which equals 10 cents. Okay. You've got 0.10. That equals $1. Okay. You also have 1.0, which equals, you probably guessed it, $10, right? So basically, per pip, you can risk 10 cents, $1, or $10 based on account size. So for example, if you have $100, I would suggest you trade what? 0.01, 10 cents, right? Because you only want to risk 1 to 3% per trade. You don't want to gamble, right? Because like I said, you can put this $10 in and it go back 10, your whole account is gone, right? But if you put in 10 cents and it goes back 10 and you got a $100 account, you only risk basically $1 if you think about it. So if you had $100 at 0.01, right? And you're trading at 0.01 and you got 10 pips, you just made $1, right? So let's put that right there. Plus $1, Okay. Say, well, Travis, you know, I got about $1,000, right? So you got 1,000. And again, this still to me pretty risky. I may not even go this far, but you can risk it a little bit more at 0.10, right? Which equals $1 per pip. Guess what? You now made $10. Oh, because right here I put 100. Oh, no, that should be $1. Sorry. You made $1. You risked 10 cents per pip. It went 10 pips, so you made $1. You got $1,000 account, which is more proper risk management. At this point, you risk $1 per pip, and it went 10 pips. And guess what? I made $10. Okay. So Travis, I have $10,000. Okay. At a standard lot. Let me go change that. At a standard lot, which is $10 per pip, and guess what? It went 10 moves. I just made $100 on one trade, right? So that's the beauty of trading, because based on your account size, you can leverage different dollar amounts, right? So when people say, oh, just 10 pips is 10 moves, is all you need in the market, right? And one thing I like to be is moderate and conservative and not really overdo things, okay? So that's the cool thing about it. I would say, like I said, very conservative. And yes, you could put in multiple trades if you want to. You could have put in 2 trades at 0.01 or made it a 0.02, right? Again, it's based on your risk level, right? If you have $100 to spend or to lose, right, you can be as risky as you would like. But proper risk management is only risking 3 to 5% of your account per trade, right? And that's what I will always recommend and I would suggest, because trading is risky. Of course, only use risk capital, only use money that you could lose, and make sure that you're understanding what you're doing to get as much knowledge and utilize as many tools as you can to make sure you're more probable in the markets, right? So again, at $1,000 account, you're risking $1 per pip. That's $10 made on one trade, right? And let's see how long that took. That took about 15, 30, 45. It took about an hour, right? So that's $10 an hour. Some people make that right now. Some people don't make that right now in an hour, but that's $10 per hour. But think about if you had a $10,000 account, and I missed a zero right there, $10,000 account, which of course I know everybody doesn't have just $10,000 just laying around to risk, you know, especially if you're like myself, you know, we just don't have that type of money. But guess what? You can start with $100 or $1,000 and gradually grow your account to that, right? You know, and it's all about, you know, sometimes slow and steady. Okay, you guys seen the story of the tortoise and the hare. The hare was real fast, but, you know, he kind of got a little cocky, you know, and then he kind of blew the race. Like some people get cocky and blow their accounts because they're trying to do too much. Okay, but slow and steady, get in the game, understand it, because you can't even have a $10,000, $1,000 account if you don't even know how to manage $100. That's the whole game, right? You got to learn, practice, get in the game. But as you guys can see, and basically how that works, and I'm going to just hit OK right here. Let's see. Oh, that looks nasty. Let's see if I can move it over somewhere. I'm going to have to change that font. That looks a little big, huh? But we can make it happen. Right. And everybody that's online, what's up, Los? Getting this money out here. What's up, BJ? What's up, Dev? What up, Stoffa? What's up, Tyler? My man, Tyler. You know, I got some other folks up here. Like I said, yo, I'm just out here trying to get to this bag real quick. Matter of fact, I'm about to look at a few of my trades real quick. Let's see what we doing. Hey, y'all, I'm looking pretty good. I think by the time I started, I think I made about $11.62 before I even started this video, which is sweet. I'm up about, how much is that? 10, 20, up about 28% this week. So not bad at all. You know, looking good right now. Your USD was not looking in my favor at one point, but we're now looking good to the upside. right? And hopefully y'all got some value and understand like the power, of money in this thing we do here, because, you can multiply your money. Like I tell everybody with my system, to get the type of return that you want, I recommend you starting with $1,000 account, because then you're going to be able to see the potential that everyone usually asks for. Everyone usually asks average about, I want to make between $300 and $500 a month. And based on my goals with $1,000 account, I try to get between 7 to 10% per week. And if you're estimating what that looks like, that's between $70 and $100 extra a week, right? Say you just hit the 70, at that point you're about, 280 in the good, per month. Okay. If you're hitting the 10%, you're looking at $100 per week, more like $400 again per month at that point. So, it's all about proper risk management. Some people come in, with $100, which is okay if you understand the long term, because some people think you could take $100 and make it $1,000 overnight, and that's just not realistic. Of course, you want to gradually grow it over a period of time. And I can actually show you guys a Excel spreadsheet that I use as well to kind of utilize my compound strategies of how that looks. And being that I have a lot of people on right now, I probably will share that as well. But if you want me to share that, if you guys want to see that compound sheet in the chat right now, put a 1 in the chat and I'll share it. Or you may have to wait on that another time. But guys, this wedge strategy, as you can see, you get the notification right to your phone. You learn to mark up the charts yourself. Again, we want to earn while we learn in this market. And as you guys can see, a descending wedge, D is for down. Okay, so we want to see it break to the upside. Candle broke out of the wedge. It closed. I entered here, which is my yellow line here, horizontal line, right here. And guess what? Boom. I entered. I set my stop loss at the end of that candle. Took my take profit 10 pips. Boom. It broke down, but guess what? Boom. Hit my take profit point. Hey, I just made 10 pips in the market. I'm doing good. And like I said, at 10 cents for 10 pips, I would have made $1. If I would have risked $1 per pip, I would have made $10. If I would have risked at a standard lot $10 per pip, that could have been $100 trade. And just again, like I said, in less than an hour, because these candles represent 15 minutes in time. So I would have got the alert here, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour and 15. I'm sorry. Well, about an hour, right? Hour and 15 minutes. This is phenomenal, right? And some people don't make $10 in an hour, right? But again, based on your account size, you can learn a skill that can actually help you multiply your money, right? Mr. Warren Buffett said, if you don't figure out a way to make money in your sleep, you're going to work till the day you die, right? And that is scary. That scares the crap out of me thinking of that. Another statistic that scares me is that, listening to Jim Rome earlier while I was in the gym, he says the average life expectancy after you retire is about 6 years. So after you retire, you basically only have 6 years left to live the good life. That is scary, y'all, right? We're working 40 hours a week for 40 plus years of our lives, and they're going to only give us 40% of the money that we're already struggling with to make ends meet. Wow, guys, that's scary, okay? But again, I appreciate y'all jumping on. Hey, Miss Albia. Hey, what's up, Monte? What's up, Chris? What's up, everybody? Yo, I'm just out here trying to, give some value. For those that are on my team, you kind of get this all the time. We have private, one-on-ones like this. If you're on my team, if you're looking to join my team, you can join, one of our trading sessions for free. I don't charge. If you just want to see one. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't train for free, but I can show you exactly how to do it and how to make money. Because if you can make $100 or even $10 per trade, think about it, right? That's an extra $25, $35 per week you could potentially make, right? If you're looking at $1,000 account, that's a potential, $70 to $100 that you could potentially make, because those are the goals that I set, for myself. Of course, it's not a perfect world. Sometimes I do fall short, but the goal is to always be in profit, right? Because at Trade the Trends, we don't trade to lose, right? We do not trade to lose. That's why we trade the trends. So you can see the trend told me this. It broke out of that trend. So I know, hey, we're going in a new direction. Let's enter. Let's make money. Let's make profits, guys. So again, I appreciate everybody being on today. I want to see everybody at the top, y'all, because it is the bottom that is way too crowded. I appreciate everyone.